The New York Knicks fall to the Indiana Pacers in Game 3, 111-106. And this was a gut-wrenching loss for the New York Knicks as you're watching Knicks Now by Chat Sports. And I am your host, Marshall Green. There's a lot of things and a lot of reasons you can point to as to why the New York Knicks were unable to pull out a win in Indiana despite being up 9 points in the fourth quarter with less than 10 minutes to go. Some late missed clutch free throws, again from Jalen Brunson and again from Josh Hart. Jalen Brunson enters the game in the fourth quarter with about 8 minutes left, and he turns the ball over immediately. And then the defensive rebounding. Again, the Indiana Pacers killed you on the offensive glass time and time again, giving them extra chance after extra chance after extra chance. And ultimately, when you give a bad team a lot of chances, they are still pros, and they're going to make you pay. And the Knicks, they had to pay the price for allowing offensive rebound after offensive rebounder to the Indiana Pacers. Were the refs on the Knicks side? No. Did the refs make it easy for the Knicks? No. Did the Knicks lose because of the refs? I think it's fair to say in part they lost because of the refs. You didn't lose because of the refs in totality. You lost because you didn't go out and take it. And that's what you should have done. You should have went out there, and while you had your foot on their neck, up 9 with 9 minutes to go, you should have put all your weight on that foot, and you should have won that game. You should have won that game. That felt like the one you were supposed to squeeze out of Indiana. You shoot 52% from the three, and you lost. Look, you're up 9. You blew the game. And you know what? Everybody had a part in that loss. Nobody could grab a board. The Knicks were bad on offense in that fourth quarter. In that fourth quarter, the New York Knicks, they scored like 16 points. Scored 16 points in the fourth quarter. You're going to lose. Knicks got to find a way. And it's unfair to put all this on Brunson. That's not what I'm doing. But the way you've won games in the fourth quarter in the playoffs is because of Jalen Brunson. And at this point, with no Randall, no Robinson, no OG, and no Bogey, you just need him to be better. We'll talk more about Brunson. Let's look forward to Game 4 real quick as we do have an update from Adrian Wojnarowski on OG Anunoby. OG Anunoby did not play in Game 3 for the New York Knicks, but he did travel to Indianapolis. And I think that this is somewhat of a good sign for Anunoby and his hamstring. Maybe I'm just trying to be optimistic, but my thought process would be if his hamstring was so bad, they would have already ruled him out for Game 3, which they did 24 hours before, and they wouldn't have flown him to Indiana, and they could have just ruled him out for Game 4. Instead of having him go to Indy, they could have kept him behind with the Knicks medical staff in the training room for around-the-clock treatment, and they did not. Does this mean OG Anunoby is going to play in Game 4? No, and Adrian Wojnarowski actually says the expectation is for OG to be out both of the games in Indiana, possibly beyond. So that's what Adrian Wojnarowski had to say. I think it's actually a little bit of a good thing that he traveled to Indiana, but that's just my take on that. OG is key. There's a reason that you are 26-5 when OG Anunoby plays, and you're 26-4 when OG and Jalen Brunson play. But this game was more than winnable without OG Anunoby. Up 9. 8 minutes to go. You just didn't close the door. You just didn't make enough winning plays down the stretch to pull out a dub. You just need Brunson to be a little bit better. And I know he's hurt. And it's like I won the lottery and I'm asking for even more when Brunson doesn't show up, and I feel actually criminal by doing so, but I could just only judge what the game told me. And the game told me that our best player was not good enough down the stretch. To be honest with you, he wasn't good enough all game long. Had some big shots, no doubt about it. Had a big 3 in the fourth quarter. But man, it really sucks to look up and see Donte DiVincenzo had 35 points and you lost. Man, he played his ass off. He competed. He did everything. DiVincenzo was awesome. He really, really was. Man, hopefully he's got a couple more games like this in the tank. I hope we don't just waste this one and loss. But you know what? You're up 2-1. You still got 2 more games at the Garden. What else could you ask for? What else could you ask for? Let's go win game 4. They gave you your best punch in that game. They took an Andrew Nembhard 31-footer at the shot clock buzzer to win. But he was only allowed to get that shot because of the defensive rebound. And we'll talk more about that around the corner. But first, I got to give a huge shout out to today's sponsor, Prize Picks. Go to prizepicks.com/CLNS. Use that promo code CLNS, and Prize Picks will match your first deposit up to $100. It's the #1 daily fantasy app in the game. Check them out. Daily Fantasy Sports, made easy. All you do is create a lineup of 2 to 6 players, and you simply choose more or less on their projected stat line. With the NBA playoffs heating up, it's a lot of fun to play Prize Picks with the action going crazy. You can turn your money into big-time dollars with some basketball IQ. They also will be doing the NFL when that comes back, as well as college football and college basketball. I do MLB, NHL, and so much more. Shout out to Prize Picks, our proud sponsor. We love having them here, and we want to keep them around. And the only way we could do that is if you guys support the sponsor. So go to prizepicks.com/CLNS, promo code CLNS. I thought one of the major reasons you lost this game was because just the second chance opportunities that the Indiana Pacers got in the fourth quarter, but primarily I know it was because what they got in the fourth quarter, but it was really throughout the entire game. Isaiah Hartenstein has 8 rebounds, 4 of them offensive, worked his tail off on that side of the boards. But at the end of the day, you can't just have 4 defensive rebounds. Preston Achiuwa has 2 defensive rebounds. I think it was 5 offensive rebounds by Indiana in that fourth quarter. And they made you pay on the kickouts after those. And there was like a couple of possessions where it was like 3 offensive rebounds. Knicks let that one slip away. They really, really did. Good. And big game from Burks off the bench. No one ever thought that would happen. Alec Burks comes in and gives you 14 points. Played great. Donte gives you 35. Deuce gives you 10. 2 of 5 from 3. That's a tough one to lose. Because you had them backed into a corner begging for life. 9 minutes away, up by 9 with a chance to go up 3-0 in the series. And you couldn't get it done. That's unfortunate. Refs weren't great. Refs haven't been great this whole series. The home teams have gotten the calls. But, man, that Josh Hart layup, how is that not a goaltend? The fast break opportunity for Indiana, I don't remember exactly how the play finished, but I know it was a layup in transition. Pascal Siakam is literally grabbing on the opposite block of the layup. Isaiah Hartenstein doesn't let him contest. Brunson got fouled 4 times. They don't call it, and then he gets fouled. They call it. They review it, gets flipped, but you can't call what you didn't see before. Look, you lost because of a lot of reasons. But the main one is, in crunch time, they were better. And you know what? You got to be better than them in crunch time. You're the better team. You're the smarter team. You have more winners. You just didn't get it done in crunch time. I don't really know what else to say besides that. It sucks, but you know what? You got another opportunity in Indiana on Sunday. You got another opportunity in Indiana to go up 3-1 with a game at the Garden in Game 5. Got an opportunity to go up 3-1 with an opportunity to close them out at MSG. Come out and do it. Just go out and do it. That's what you got to do. That's what you got to do in the playoffs. Everybody be 1% better. I don't know if Deuce or Burks can do that, or Donte and Deuce and Burks can do that, but, man, that one hurts. Can't blow 9-point leads in the fourth. Can we make clutch free throws, Jalen Brunson? Please, man. You're too good for that. You're too good for that. I don't care if your foot is hurt, to be honest. I don't care if your foot is hurt. Can't miss 2 fourth-quarter free throws. Josh Hart, you do everything on the floor. Can't miss fourth-quarter free throws. I still got the Knicks winning this series. Got them in 5. Maybe 6. You let one get away, though. You let one get away. Make sure you're subscribed and turn the notifications on and join us for our watch party on Sunday. We were live for every game this postseason. 3 games in a row on the channel. Over 140,000 people have tuned in. So if you want to be at the #1 place on YouTube with hundreds and hundreds of thousands of Knicks fans, be here Sunday, 3:30 tip. Let's go.